to be installing this double kickstand from Decathlon. It's a long tail cargo bike and it's on their website for €36. It's down as the R500E, and this is what you get in the bag. Is basically the bolt, a washer and a nut. What you need, well, you'll need a 17mm spanner. You will need a Phillips screwdriver and an Allen key, either one. First you'll see there that this one is just a single one, and it won't be really able for the weight that we will have on the bike. It's aluminium, and then it kind of stops there at this marking. It's adjustable from a little nut at the back. You can adjust a bit, but it's a tendency to break around there if the weight gets too much. So first of all, you have to is uninstall these 4 Phillips. And inside of this is the controller itself, and obviously the wiring. I've already installed one on my son's bike. I have put some kind of like a silicone around the edges there just to stop it, of waterproof things. You don't obviously have to. Inside you will see we have the control box, so we can move that out of the way, and we can bring you over here to have a look inside, and we can see that it's the Allen key facing down towards the ground. As well, you will see at this, where it sits into the housing, these here, like a little rail. This isn't actually made for the fafrees f20 max, but that rail fits absolutely perfect onto that there and tightens up. They are fairly tight, but obviously it's to hold the bike. The original single kickstand, it's good to a point, but if you put any bit of weight on it, it will crack. So you want to put Loctite onto your tread locker. I'm actually just putting on a good bit. It is a lock nut anyway, but I can always buy an extra bit more Loctite tread locker anyway. So put it back in. There. Okay, then we have just feed it up again. This little bit of a gap, like a rail, slips straight on to this little rail as well. So it's absolutely perfect for our little washer. Okay, and then our lock nut. I'm gonna have to excuse the fingers. Sometimes I think you'd nearly need 3 hands. Right. Right, so now I had my exact same, and it is a H8. And my spanner. And when that's tightened up, I will show you then it working. So now you can see where it was stalled. Bit of faffing around just trying to get things done with it, because the bolt, you can see it's very long compared to my son's one, where the original bolt that was in the bike, I didn't have to use the one that came with the kickstand itself. I could use the bolt that came with the bike, but on my bike the bolt was actually a bit too short, so I had to use the original bolt that came with the kickstand. So came up, you can see what I was talking about, where it sits in perfectly, and then the little rail itself along it, and there's no going anywhere on it at all. So we can put back, just make sure you connect, or if you do, disconnect them, and we can fit that back in. In again, just install it there, and I will be putting back on the plate again with the 4 nuts, little bolts, screw bolts onto it. Just make sure when you're taking them off, you place them down, top right, top left, bottom left, so you know exactly what spots they came from, and can go straight back in, starting like a stair, then there, and there. Don't over tight, because you will ring these. They're very soft, and I reapply more silicone on this to make sure that the water doesn't drip in. If I'm going over anything, you won't obviously go into huge puddles, but just to make sure. So we're going to have a look at how it operates now. So basically when you're doing it now, you just down. That's perfect. Take it back. She'll flip up herself. Down, pull back the bike towards you. You can see this bike is steady. It has now 2 legs to be on instead of just the one.